Guys, this Juan Garcia guy, this guy's ridiculous. He is absolutely ridiculous. Like, he needs to be drug tested because of how good his performance was today. Barca finished the game 2-0. Villarreal got sent down to 10 men. Finished the end of 2025, the end of a very successful year, I'd say, in terms of, the way the club's been over the last couple of years. A very successful in terms of Hansi Flick's first season. But now, into the second season, there are better things to do, more things to achieve, more trophies to win, if you guys know what I'm talking about. That one specific trophy, I'm looking at that. End of 2025, and we ended off with a win. You cannot complain. 4 points clear at the top of LaLiga. And honestly, today, let's be honest, that first half, I think it's best we just skip past it. I don't need to talk about how terrible we were in that first half. Second half was much better though. Very, very controlled game. Villarreal, I'll be real, they made it very easy for us because of the little gift they gave us with the red card. But as you guys can see, 4 points clear at the top of La Liga. A lovely Christmas present. 15 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses, cannot complain about that whatsoever. 5 wins on the bounce, probably even more to be honest. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about who impressed me. Let's talk about who didn't. But if you guys are new to the channel, leave a like, subscribe. Road to 200 subscribers. I can only get there with your guys' help. And make sure you guys, drop your thoughts in the comments below. But guys, this bloke right here, Espanol, bro, we robbed you big time. We robbed you big time. What was it, 25 million? We robbed you big time. Guys, this is one of the best keepers in the world this season. Like, 100%. When he's fit, he's played 80% of the games this season. He missed that month of football because of injury. But when he's fit, guys, he is unbelievable. Like today, bro, Villarreal in that first half. Yo, if you guys watch the game, they could have scored like 3 or 4 in that first half alone. Like, every single one of our defenders, Kunde, Kubarsi, Gerard Martin, Balde, every single one of them made a mistake, and Villarreal could have capitalized on it. But this guy, I don't know why it says Yamal got man of the match. This guy, unbelievable, man. And in the second half, I think he saved one one-on-one. He made a ridiculous save for a pass that got squared across the box. It was offside, but the fact he didn't know it was offside, he made that save is ridiculous. But guys, it is so important to know that, yes, our defense isn't great this season. We've conceded so many chances, and we're probably going to continue conceding so many chances. I don't expect, our defense to be like here to here in the space of a month. It could, depending on if we can sign some people in January, because obviously Christensen is now injured again. But to have this guy as an insurance policy at the back, if the game's like this, for example, in that first half, where we don't play well whatsoever, our build-up is bad, we lose the ball in critical areas where they could score, having this guy, having the reassurance of this guy at the back is so important. What this guy offers in terms of confidence, what he offers in terms of security, I have never felt this way in a while. Player goes one-on-one. The fact that I genuinely think that, he's not going to score because we have this guy in goal, it's a big privilege to have. Not many clubs around the world have that privilege. And now that I think about it, there's not many keepers around the world that genuinely provide that level of security. The only ones I can really think of, Courtois. If you guys saw yesterday, hey, Real Madrid, this guy was making saves as well. Courtois, Raya for Arsenal, Lamens for United, Donnarumma recently for City too. So there's only genuinely just a handful of keepers that provide this level of security. He is definitely up there. I'm not saying he's the best. I still think, Alisson, Courtois, there are a lot of keepers that are better than Juan Garcia, if we're being honest. But this guy is, he can show he can go up to that level. This is the best signing under Flick by a country mile, in my opinion. So the fact that, he's not only proving his worth, but to show that 20 million or 25 million, however much we signed him for this summer, that seems like the biggest steal, guys. Seems like the biggest steal. I might be overhyping him. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But genuinely, Juan Garcia, man. What a performance. Top keeper, man. Top keeper. But you guys can still tell that Pedri not being there is such a huge issue for our build-up. The quality that he provides in terms of driving the ball forward, making space for others, making space for our attackers to make runs. He does so much without you thinking about it. And even his recoveries too. As much as I thought that De Jong had a much better second half, I thought he was poor in the first half. Eric Garcia was also quite decent today in some ways or forms. Having Pedri in that midfield is still so important. Our build-up in that first half was non-existent. Villarreal literally gave us the lead on a plate with a stupid challenge from, I think it was Cardona. I forgot who it was. Or, sorry, the midfielder, Comesana. The stupid challenge from him gave us the lead. But besides the penalty, besides the goal we scored, everything else wasn't great. It really wasn't great. So I'm looking at 2026, in games where we don't seem so convincing. Yes, we got the 3 points today. I'm not regarding this game. In the future games where it's going to get tougher, Champions League games potentially, because let's be real, in a realistic world, Pedri is not going to play every single game. He deserves rest. As it is, he plays pretty much 90 minutes when he can for us. For Spain, you best believe De La Fuente is going to play him every single time he's available. Pedri won't be playing every single game in 2026. So we need to find a system or a suitable system where if he doesn't play, we need to make sure that we adapt to the conditions. We make sure we can get over the line, convincing wins. Players need to step up. It's good to have Bernal back, De Jong, Eric Garcia. Casado, I think he's kind of been molded into this right back now. When Kunde's out, obviously he came off injured today, but you guys get the point. So it'll be interesting to see what Flick does, because I do think that it is an issue. It's a blatant issue, as we saw in the first half. Second half was much better, but let's be real. The second half, Villarreal made it easy for us because of the red card. If they had 11 men, it would have been much more of a test. And still, even with 10 men, they got decent chances to score. So Rafinha's pen was great. Yamal's goal to make it 2-0 was the most Mickey Mouse goal of all time, honestly. It was just a pinball machine in the box for about 5 minutes. But good finish, side netting, 2-0. You take it. And honestly, job done. Move on to 2026, lads. Another clean sheet. I believe that's 3 in a row now. So, hey, improvements are there. Don't get me wrong. Improvements are 100% there. I'm just trying to see consistency. Can we continue this momentum into 2026? Because that January schedule, if I'm not mistaken, this is not going to be easy. Because let's be real. Bilbao in the Super Cup España, if you guys know what I'm talking about, is not going to be easy, in my opinion. I do expect us to win. It's not going to be easy, though. And then I believe in between these two games, if we do make it to the final, we'll be playing you-know-who. So this January schedule is going to be really important in terms of momentum. So let's hope we can continue this, guys. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. Let me know if I missed anything in the comments below. Honestly, I think it was a pretty okay game. I'm going to have to end it because United are playing Villa right now, and I was watching that first half as well. Insane game, too. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.